Next topic, the feasibility and or the need of keeping Elite Dangerous Horizons as it is now, Planet Tech and all, both short-term and also long-term after console launch. Now, here's the thing. With regard to, some people have said, like, because when I first mentioned this suggestion or thread, people were saying, like, well, Horizons is always going to be there because there's some people that aren't buying Odyssey. Yes, that's true. But Frontier have already stated that after there's unification on the game, after consoles are brought up and they get released as well, that the Planet Tech that we see in Odyssey is going to be converted over to Horizons as well. And I would just like to point out that me personally, with some of the stuff that I've seen thus far, number one, when they do these big releases and say, okay, we're going to convert this to that, you end up with a lot of unintentional bugs and stuff that upsets people. And like, look at the amount Art said on a stream, we've totally thought that Odyssey was going to drop without any issues at all, and we're gutted that it had all of these problems. And yeah, that's like, wait, what? You thought what? Like, if that's what you thought, then it's a situation of like, maybe you want to keep Horizons around when you do the console thing, because I'm sure you're going to think at that point that there's going to be no problems, but you might be wrong. And also, let's assume that there's not any problems. Look at how many people that love this game and were like, I'm going to uninstall because I like hooning and whatever. How many people love Mountain Everest? How many people love Pamesh and would love to do races there? How many people would love to still have access to the crystal shards or to this thing or that thing or all of these things that exist right now in Horizons, but will be going away soon when console comes and the Odyssey Galaxy gets copied over to the Horizons mode? I think that Frontier should seriously consider, and we should all seriously recommend, that they keep it for forever as an option. People can go and, access that and enjoy it if that's what they want. Just a thought. So we're going to go with Roy.
I agree that it needs to stay around as sort of a lifeboat if things are still on fire in Odyssey from the foreseeable future and through the console launch. I think, though, that Fdev's task, and there's no easy way to put this, but they need to make Odyssey improvements, the ones that are going to get transferred over to Horizons. They need to make those so good as to be aspirational for Horizon-only players. That's their job. They're supposed to be marching this forward. And I know we're in the middle of a giant mess with the game and patches all over the place, and it's just a dumpster fire. But they got to, at the end of this, have a goal to actually not just fix stuff, but actually make it attractive so that people want to have these things transferred into Horizons. That's got to be the goal.
Good point. All right. Wolf, go.
Yeah. So, hey, guess what? When console release happens, things roll together. Go forth and conquer. Do they really think that it's not going to have some major hang-ups that are going to make people want to be like, all right, they gotta cook this part just like a little bit more. Hopefully it's a couple weeks versus several months. And then everybody wants to go over to the new hotness like Roy was saying? Just as a maybe?
Makes sense. I just think that they should keep it for forever because I think that there's people that will want it for forever.
I think if they have to keep it forever, that's a kind of failure on their part. That's what I'm saying. I don't disagree that it should be there if that's the better choice for players and it's a better experience. By all means, keep it there. But that's going to be a kind of failure on their part if that's how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that totally, actually. And if they can't make it so good that everybody wants to go there and half the people are playing in Horizons, that divvies up our player groups even more. You're going to have some people in Horizon, some people in Odyssey, some on Xbox, some on PlayStation, some on PC, some on PC and Odyssey, some on PC and Horizons. We don't want that permanently. They just need to get Odyssey to a spot where everybody wants to see that stuff.